there does seem to be this initial assumption that if they buy a vacation rental condo, that they're going to be making money. Maybe they know what they have paid, what their nightly rate is, and they're back at the condo and they're timesing that by 30 days in the month, and they're thinking, gosh, if I buy one of these, it's a really good investment, and I'll make a bunch of money. So tell me how that goes when you have that conversation with them.
Yeah, I'm always very careful to make sure that they understand that it's an investment in real estate, because they have a good chance here on Kauai for it going up over time. But of course, we always have our ebbs and flows in the real estate market. But if they have a large mortgage, they're probably going to be out of pocket every month, because it does, I agree with you, should generate enough income to cover all of your basic expenses, your maintenance, and you may have a little left over depending on what you own. But if you're leveraged and you've got a mortgage, you're not going to be probably not even breaking even if you have a large mortgage. So it's an investment in your vacation. A lot of people like coming back to the same place and having their own things around them. And as long as they realize that other people are going to be using them, and so it's not going to be exactly the same every time they come back, it's a wonderful way to offset the cost of owning a second home.
Right. So this is more, and again, this is a talking point that I'll have with them too. So it's good to be talking with you and just making sure that I'm on the right track when I'm setting up their expectations, that this is more of an investment in their lifestyle. And if there's any money, to be made, that it could be made when they go to sell it, not necessarily in that month to month of owning the condo. So why is that? Why is that the case?
Well, it's just because there's so many moving parts to ownership. Like, it depends, number one, on what you own, because actually the average nightly rate has increased a lot in the last few years, because vacation rentals have become a lot more popular with the people that reside in the United States and Canada. We are behind the Europeans with vacation rentals. The European population, about 95% of them have stayed in vacation rentals, where the last time I looked at the statistics, which were probably 3 or 4 years ago, we were maybe at about 30%. So we do have a lot to be optimistic about in our industry, because as the demand increases for the properties, the prices do increase with the demand. But I still feel very, very hesitant to have an owner believe that the only reason they should put their money into a property here as a vacation rental is that they're going to have this stream of income. I think there's probably a lot other things to do with your money that might be less of a risk. But we are seeing some owners make some money right now, just because the prices have increased.
Yep. Okay. And then, so my approach, oh, okay. Is this the
So
same? We've been
your approach is correct, because I agree we should always be conservative. There is so many unknowns, and I really don't think people should buy with the expectation of having a stream of money. I think they should buy for enjoyment and to offset their costs of ownership.
Yep. And then would you say that this is the same for houses? We've been talking vacation rental condos, but how about homes?
Homes are the same. It's just you can hedge your bets in a lot of ways. The homes that sleep 10 or more, there is a demand supply ratio that is stronger than some of the condos. But with a home, you do have the costs of the outside, but you don't have an association dues. So you kind of
Mhm.
have to weigh that part of it. But I think in a home without a mortgage, as long as it's a home that sleeps 10 or more, you have probably a better shot. But then it depends on how much you're paying for the product too.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is is don't go into buying a vacation rental condo or a home over here based on the net income. That certainly that is something that you would need to take a look at, because it does play into your monthly income, your monthly outgo of expenses, but it should not be the driving factor. The driving factor needs to be that you're adding this to your lifestyle.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
There are things that have happened over the last,